And what about the church?
What about the church?
What about the church? They're fun to talk about.
What I've realized, Chad, is that it seems that as religion has attempted to serve people over time, over centuries, that the area in which they most can exercise control as a religious institution over the people whom they supposedly want to serve is through their sexuality. And so sexuality, it seems, in religion has been made to be something that needs to be controlled, made to be something that is regarded as without the institution of without the institution of religion, we would be rampant in our sexual experiences and without, with just operating with absolute abandon. And so as I've come to understand my journey and as I've had my own experience, again, there was always this sense that through religion, this could be controlled. That through religion, this way of being was not a preferred way to be. It was a sinful way to be. And so what's happened for me is there has been an experience of turning away from religion and in fact finding myself really angered by religion. That the stories against me, against my orientation, are primarily positions that this institution has taken as a result of some other man centuries ago not being able to understand his sexuality. Farah.
Hey, cool it.
Obviously, she has a word to say about religion too.
Even dogs know. Ugh.
The language, much of the language that's been used to describe sexuality, sexual behavior, has been language that was created by the church. And even our favorite four-letter word, F-U-C-K, is an acronym that was created by people in leadership roles in the monastery. And the acronym was placed behind the names of those people residing in the monastery in this religious order when it was, and they had taken vows to be non-sexual. And when it was found that they were being sexual, the acronym found under carnal knowledge, F-U-C-K, was placed behind their name. And out of found under carnal knowledge came the term fuck. So much of our language, there was so much of our language was instituted by the church as being not acceptable forms of behavior. And it's had a radical influence on the experience of sexuality within our culture. And it's not been positive.
No.
It's resulted in judgment. It's resulted in condemnation. It's resulted in separation. It's resulted in people during the Holocaust who were homosexual being given a pink triangle to wear to acknowledge their differentness. And hence their death. The next group of people to be done away with. So, that's probably a week-long class that could be done.
I know.
When we get into the topic of religion and homosexuality. And some of my closest friends now that I associate with at the center, for example, spent, so I chose public ed. Right now, almost immediately, I'm thinking of my 3 closest friends all served in ministry. They were ministers, Protestant ministers, for 30 plus years. Each of them trying to get over their homosexuality. Each of them trying to live a life that was kind of anchored in that thought that if you did religion, you could make a choice about sexuality. And as I have come to know those men, they are either professed atheists, certainly non-religious, and for me, having grown up Catholic, I've said to leaders within the Catholic Church, I don't even consider myself a recovering Catholic. I just quit. Just quit. I'm done with it.
That's what I do. Yay.
So.
Well, I remember when you were talking about them allowing the protesters at Pride to be on their steps, and how hypocritical that was of them. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was good. A good viewpoint.
Well,
You probably didn't realize they were allowed.
Yeah. That was a profound experience for me this year, and it's something I've raised before leadership in the Catholic Church. How can you, as an institution, saying you want to be present to and you want to support diversity, even though you don't recognize or you hold still the thought that homosexuality is sinful. You still are anchored in that premise, and yet you're saying we want to be responsive to the public. We really want to be responsive to the people that are out there, and you're acknowledging, you, the church, are acknowledging that we exist. How can you support the extreme messages of hate that get projected from your church steps on a Sunday morning of Pride weekend as a parade passes by? How can you profess to be who you are as an institution and allow that? And it's caught the attention of some of the church leaders.
Yeah.
And I'm understanding that there will be more direction given in the future around not allowing that kind of protesting to go on.
Good.
It's hateful.